I'm Dr. Aladdin Awad. I'm a surgeon, doctor by profession. I belongs to the trade union, doctor trade union, Sudanese doctor trade union organization and professional group. We used to organize the professional work and the trade union work in the Sudan revolution in 2018, and even before that, since the Sudanese people struggling against the dictatorship of Omar al-Bashir when he got to the power by a coup with the Muslim Brotherhood, the NCP party in 1989. Since that time, we organized much of strikes, doctor strikes in the history of the struggle against the revolution, against Sudan, against the dictatorship, until it ends with the glorious December Revolution 2018, where the needs for the revolution was the SPA, that Sudan Professional Associations. This Sudan Professional Association, it constitutes of the doctors associations, engineers, pharmacists, teachers, and so, and the lawyers, and the leaders, and the eruptor and the initiator of this association were the doctor, especially. And then we passed through the transition when the transition civilian government started in 2019, and then unfortunately the coup happened in 25th October 2021, and then we came back again for in the streets and the revolution, organizing the strikes, and so. And then we succeeded in having an initiative to bring back the democratic transition in 2022 in December, when we signed the framework agreement. And I signed the framework agreement in behalf of my committee, the specialist and the consultant committee. But unfortunately, the SAF and the Muslim Brotherhood initiated the war in the 15th of April 2023, and then we are still now continuing, like, resisting the war and resisting the NCP and the SAF, which represent the NCP. The war between the SAF and the RSF is not a struggle for power, as many people say, but it's a struggle between a group who want the democratic transition and the civilian rule, and other group that want to bring us back to the dictatorship, and they are against any democratic transition. These both groups, each of them is containing militant and civilians. The militant and civilians in the group that want to come back to transition and to return the democratic transition and civilian rule includes the RSF, includes many of the Darfur opposition parties, and include us in the trade unions, like this TASIS group that's resulting in TASIS group. And the other group that need to, or they're working to bring us back to Omar al-Bashir regime and the dictatorship, and the Muslim Brotherhood include the SAF, include the NCP, the previous or dissolved NCP regime, that's the National Congress Party of Omar al-Bashir. The Muslim Brotherhood includes many of the Darfur movement that used to fight al-Bashir before, during his time, but right now they are aligned with them under the name of the official army of Sudan. People understand this, they will know that SAF will not sign peace unless it's under pressure. You should put much pressure on SAF. The part who want peace is the RSF, but the SAF never want peace. That's why they should be under pressure. Either it's military pressure by the RSF, or political pressure by the government that they are going to declare, or a regional international pressure. For example, these sanctions that was declared yesterday, and the 6th of June by the US administration on the SAF because of they are using the chemical weapon, or financial sanctions on the figures of the SAF or Muslim Brotherhood who are financing the war. So if this pressure is much, then SAF will be under force to sign peace agreement. Otherwise, unfortunately, no peace will be in Sudan. But for example, such as Kenya, Ethiopia, and others, they are providing a platform for the civilians who want to stop the war to gather, to have their meetings, to speak, to organize themselves. And this is in order to stop the peace and bring back the rule or the power to civilians. And this is what should be. For example, in a democratic country such as Kenya, for example, Ethiopia, every other country, the civilians is the one should lead the country, the one should prepare themselves, organize themselves, and this is a normal thing. So the belligerent who declared the famine is the RSF, but the SAF, they denied that there is any famine in Sudan. Burhan denied any famine in Sudan. The Minister of Agriculture denied any famine in Sudan. The Minister of Health of the de facto government denied any famine in Sudan. So even the SAF are the fact of denying the famine, and they are spoiling and preventing the cross borders to open for the humanitarian aids, and they are also preventing the humanitarian corridors from open. They spoiled the first Geneva talks in the 11th, 19th of June 2024 about the humanitarian aids. They didn't reach any commitments with the UN. The important thing that is the people need to seek the informations and the right narrative from them. Yes, I think we were like deficient in exposing to the media, but I think like this now interview with the NTV, we had some articles written in the Kenyan media. We need to expose and tell the true narrative of the war, and we ask for our like neighbors, brothers and sisters in the neighbor countries to seek for that. We need a good new Sudan that is healthy to help and contribute in the improvement of the region.